Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be looking into my bust out hand from the 10K on the bubble, where I was one of the mid stacks, and unfortunately I didn't make it in the money, which is very painful because essentially if I fold everything, then I'm going to be making it into the money. And in this video we're going to be looking into some ICM spots where we basically try to solve whether it's worth taking the risk of jamming hands like ace king, ace queen. We're also going to be changing up the stack sizes. So in this tournament I have had around 16 big blinds. As you can see, final two tables, we were on around 16 players left, 15 played, so it's direct bubble. As you can see, we have a 6 big blind stack, 5 big blind stack, and on the other table we also have a bunch of short stacks. So now question remains, do we want to jam, risk of busting the tournament? And then furthermore, what are they supposed to call behind us? What do we jam if we have 8 big blinds, and so on and so forth. So definitely very interesting to look into, and something that will also help you to manifest your understanding of ICM. And especially if you're interested in doing these quizzes, we now start adding also ICM quizzes into paired. We have ICM quizzes, short stack quizzes, we have post-flop quizzes, you can do pre-flop quizzing as well. And saves you a lot of time studying or running these sims on your own, especially if you struggle a bit setting it up with HRC or ICMizer. So great tool also to learn more about short stack poker, ICM, and of course you also have a bunch of post-flop spots in general. That was the main focus for a long time, and now we also start adding ICM spots. So let's get right into it. Ace king off here. Very, very simple question right off the bat. Should we have a min raising range here? I would be shocked if that's not the case. And by the way, my team created this. Shoutouts to Jabachi who created this quiz for me, so I can test myself. Usually I'm creating those quizzes, but I thought it would be a great idea because I was not sure. Maybe ace jack is a fold, maybe ace queen is a fold, and also good opportunity to test myself, to learn more about ICM, and we can do this quiz here now together. So ace king off, should we have a min raising range here? Pretty sure it's yes. I've seen a lot of simulations where even when we have 10-9 big blinds, we still want to be min raising a bunch. So definitely gonna go with true. All right, we got our first point. Very easy question, not so spectacular. Now things are getting a little dicier. Since we have a min raising range, in theory, how should our overall strategy look like? I don't think we want to be opening king jack off. I think this would be just to lose. We don't have very much incentive. So I'm actually going for this, but we jam a lot. Like I'm actually shocked that it has to be one of these three, right? I think queen 10, jack 10 suit. I would go with the tightest jamming range of all of them. And I think since we still get called by ace king, ace queen, it's good to have pairs against that. If we only get called by 10s plus, then it's better to jam the suited aces to block aces and some ace kings. So, and we jam king queen off as well. We don't want to jam ace 5 off, I think. All right. So assuming we have an open shove strategy only, so again, right, you can mix it up. You can play, in theory, you want to play a mixed strategy. Now, if you don't want to do that and we tell the solver, okay, let's play a shove only strategy, how does our strategy look like? Okay, I mean, it has to be this, right? Because this is to lose and it's good to manifest. Okay, this is, and listen, it doesn't mean that you have to jam these hands, because I'm pretty sure if we just look into I have the sim for 8 big blinds, we can look into that in a second, that all of these hands are very, very marginal. And we will also look into more realistic ranges later, what you should be shoving in reality, because I would assume that people are neglecting an ICM a little bit too much, therefore calling a little bit too tight, but too loose. But I've seen people sending me messages, Ben, I don't think ace king is a jam, it's way too risky. Ace king is a snap fist pump jam. You have to take that risk. You have to jam hands like jacks or even ace queen. It's just too profitable. And and I think ace 10 or like these hands or 5s to pocket 8s are probably too marginal. But we'd look into that later as well. All right. So if we have 8 big blinds now, that's also very interesting. If we have 8 big blinds, what is our profitable shoving range? With here taking some edge into consideration. I think this is too loose. I think this is also too loose. And we probably get called by sevens plus, so it's better to have an ace 4, ace 5 suited. So that's why ace 6 doesn't want to jam, because we have the wheel outs. Maybe more Broadway heavy, ace 10 off and over. Yeah, good. Again, I'm pretty sure that also your queen jack, jack 10s, all these are a little bit also to margin. We probably end up jamming something like 8s plus. This is really like every plus EV spot 0.001 is going to be displayed in here, which if you give yourself a little bit of edge that there's some recreationals, you don't want to make these jams. Oh yeah, we just had 8 big blinds. So if you, so if we look into the 8 big blind spot here, you see, right, king 10, king 9 suited, super marginal, not even 0.1, 0.06. So if we look at the EV of aces, 1.68, rule of thumb, take 10% of the EV, so something like 0.16. So basically we jam king queen suited, we jam sevens plus, we jam ace 10 off, and we jam ace 10 suited, right? That's pretty much the a much better range to jam in practice. Again, we always need to distinguish between theory and practice. Okay, I just basically spoiled this hand here. I had Jabuchi sending me over these sims, so now I can also show you guys the results. And yeah, as I just said, we're probably gonna go with, we had king queen, so something like this here, right? Oh, we jam 8s and ace 10 off. Oh, ace 10 off is in there as well. Pocket 8s, yeah, pocket 8s, ace 10 off. Yeah, ace 10 off is not that bad. You might think ace 9 suited is better than ace 10 off, but we also get called by weaker pocket pairs where we have 2 overcards. So having those 2 overcards against pocket 9s is a little bit more crucial. And also ace 10 off in general also has better equity against, you know, with potentially making a straight against pocket 8s, pocket 7s. So that's where there's a significant jump between ace 9 suited and ace 10 off. Yeah, interesting. All right, so what should cutoff basically ISO jam? So if he's as a chip leader in this situation, pause for yourself, try to assess for yourself. I don't think we call ace jack ace 10 suited. This would be to lose. Even again, assuming we would be jamming as wide as we showed in the previous questions. I would go with this. All right, we call ace queen off. But again, I think it's good to fold ace queen off here, because for you, ace queen off is going to be very marginal. So like for you, it's good to keep the bubble alive. You don't have an incentive to bust the bubble because you can just open jam any 2 from button cutoff. You can just apply so much pressure. So I think on the right, this is right in theory, and I think the middling here. And it's probably, I would assume people jam more pocket pairs. But yeah. 9s is supposed to be not. Yeah, actually we don't jam so many pairs, right? 7s, 8s. It's a lot of overcards, a lot of dominated pairs. So yeah. So what should button call? Well, that's, now we're getting fancy, chat. I was streaming too much lately. I definitely need a vacation. So button now, I mean, yeah, it's mostly aces and kings. When you're one of these shorter stacks, just sometimes it can be even as tight as aces. So what should button call if cutoff folds? So you see for him, he has to be very, very tight. And we had on the other table, I think, a 3 big blind stack. Is the doubling up for him is not, so, like for him, it's really just about surviving. And one essential concept for ICM, that you see that very often, that if you're a stack, that if you double up, you hardly going to make any further pay jumps. Then your goal is just to survive the bubble. Here, if I actually double up, I have a real shot to bring this baby home, right? So ICM understands, of course, we have more to lose than the 5 big blind stack, but we also have something to gain here. The 5 big blind stack, he's then at 10 big blinds. And usually it takes 1 or 2 more orbits than until the 3 or 4 big blind stack busts. He's down to 5 or 6 big blinds anyway, right? But if with our 16 big blinds, we're also going to be down to like 9, 10 big blinds once the bubble busts on average, right? Just I missed to give the answer. Yeah, I would have went with this. Of course, I would have chosen the right answer. So that's why he's supposed to be really, really tight and just trying to win the folding war. And we can actually open jam quite a lot. Again, we're then up to 35, 34 big blinds. And that's where ICM understands, okay, then he's in a good position and he can make it further into the pay jumps, right? But especially larger field bubbles when, you have 300 paid and the next pay jump is 220. As a very short stack, you're just supposed to be super tight, because then if you double up from like 6 to 12 big blinds, you have to survive another 50, 60 eliminations in order to make it to the next pay jump. But even when you have 15, 20 big blinds, sometimes you will see that we still open jam or re-jam or even call relatively wide, even though we are one of the mid stacks, because then if we at 30, 40 big blinds, then we can spin it up and make it even further into pay jumps and ladder even further. So this is very, very important. It's not only what you can risk, but it's also about what you can gain in ICM. So what should small blind call if cut in a butterfold? So now the small blind calling range should be simple. I think it should be now the ace queen off combos as well. No, he's not calling ace queen off. Oops. But also, if you got this wrong, of course we are very, very much close. Like it's probably very close. It's like slightly minus EV. But of course, we want to try to get it right. Very often you see ace queen suited. If we jam 12 big blinds, it's probably going to be ace queen off. What should big blind call if everyone folds to him according to GTO? So now we jam, and I think big blind calls like this. Now it's ace queen off. All right, now I got my ace queen off here. Tens plus and ace queen plus, basically. All right, now it's getting interesting. What should be big blind's defense strategy versus our min raise if everyone folds? So we are basically, okay, 50 seconds. Yeah, we defend relatively wide. I don't think it's that wide. I would go, what do we jam? Do we jam these lower? I don't think we jam. I think we jam very high card heavy. But then we have the suited kings here, which is really good. But yeah, and then I think it's this. I think we play very aggressive, because I think we do loads of jamming with the offsuited aces, which I think we want to be very aggressive with them. Let's go. Yeah, and you've seen me doing this a lot as well. Like the main trap is going to be aces and ace, maybe some ace king suited, right? So it's really good to have an ace. And we still defend really wide, which is good. There's so many board textures where we just have to be very careful. Like every middling kind of board, even if the board is queen 7-5, right? It's like he's gonna have way more 2 pairs, and like it's gonna be a pain in the ass. So we have to. Long story short, we have to do more checking on boards where in a chip EV we can just easily stack off our queen 10. All right. 63. I timed out one. It's not too bad. The quizzes can be sometimes a little tough, so don't be too hard on yourself, even if you have a low score. It's about, and usually in the post-flop quizzes, you also have explanation videos during the questions, which I'm not doing here because I have the chance to explain you this. And you can still find it impaired. So if you want to do it again for yourself, feel free to do it. Usually if you do the post-flop quiz, you will always have explanation videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed that piece of content, give you some insights on bubble play, which is super valuable. And then looking forward to see you guys in the next video. Drop a comment what you would have thought. Was ace king a jam? Would you have jammed looser than that, or would you have thought it would be tighter? Interesting to hear what you guys have to think, and then see you guys next time.